I can feel the breeze blowing, storm clouds moving in. Whatever's gonna happen, it's about to begin. I remember what the drunk donkey told me when he said, son, don't fear. Mike's where the page life is about to appear. Then he's gonna tell you about the wind and the rain. Gonna tell you which way it's going, and if it's gonna be a hurricane. Don't you worry about the news that they try to hide. Just click on Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nationwide. Well, there'll always be some haters, but they don't understand that Mike's got a friend and 100,000 more across the land. Well, if you want to know it first and you want to know it right and you want to have time to plan, Drunk Donkey Nation tells your friend Mike, he's your man.
All right, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Coneheads, what's cooking? Let's cue the chat here, and we'll say some hellos. We're watching the sunrise here on our GO satellite, by the way. This is the Earth. Planet Earth. So yeah, we got a lot to talk about. Timothy Weaver, yes, we got a rapidly deepening hurricane. Not even rapidly intensifying, but it's claimed the status of rapidly deepening, which is incredible. It just got designated yesterday, and now we're almost Category 3-ish. Hey Claire, yeah, Cayman Islands, it did. It made a little shift overnight west and south. Unfortunately, good for you, bad for Cancun and the Yucatan. Big, bad hurricane coming for those guys and gals tonight, into tomorrow morning. So we'll talk about it all. Here's the puppies. This is Mike's weather page, by the way. Nothing official on our site. You want official forecasting? National Hurricane Center is for you. I'm just a weather wannabe, drunk donkey, dog loving. And they are so warm today. Hunter's still like a little stuffed animal. He's just so little. So yeah, we're going to talk about all possibilities, what's going on. And this thing is pretty set in stone as far as this turn coming to the upper Gulf Coast. Hasn't really swayed much. I guess the biggest question is going to be how strong it's going to get and how much is actually going to weaken before landfall. That's the big question. Could be major hurricane very, very close to the upper Gulf Coast. So hey, what's up, Deuce? All right, so there's our boys, Louie and Hunter. Let's let them down. And we'll get right into it. Hey, what's up, Gunner? There's our boy, the face of Hurricane Hunter IPA. Our beer is being brewed. Right, buddy? All right, so we'll start things off here. Speaking of beer, can't forget our fine folks at ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. They are big supporters of Mike's Weather Page and Hurricane Hunter IPA. You can locate them all across the state of Florida. 100 plus stores across the state. Family owned and operated since 1936. Cancun, holy cow. We're going to talk about Cancun. Yes, Alyssa. So, big thanks, ABC. Right? Say, I love you, ABC. And you can follow the dogs on TikTok. We like to do some crazy fun stuff. So big thanks, ABC. All right, what are we going to do here? We got a lot to talk about. This is not a good morning to talk about hurricanes because we have a major hurricane developing. First and foremost, we have it nearing the Yucatan and Cancun specifically. Here's a picture on the ABC's website, by the way. This is ABC's Facebook page. I always look at a picture. This was posted a couple hours ago. But dogs and beer, ABC. Stocked by ABC. So there you go. They have a lot of fun on their Facebook page. All right, so here's the scoop. Let's go right to it. So the hurricane hunters are out there right now, and they're finding even deeper pressures. 962. So this sucker has dropped dramatically in the last 24 hours. So we know that. A couple key points, I guess, on what we're seeing here. We got a really small, compact system. Interesting to note. Smaller systems ramp up quick. They can die quick. This one's likely not going to die quick. So in the short term, I think it's 25 miles wide. So the trouble, hurricane force winds only go out 25 miles from center. So it's a tight system. Official winds are 110 miles an hour, expected to be a Category 4 nearing the Yucatan tonight, and that's pretty serious stuff. Official winds expected to be 130 as it nears landfall tonight, maybe even more with this thing continuing to drop pressure. So Category 4 is the official forecast. Unfortunately, we could be looking at even more tonight for landfall. So let's take a look at that real quick. I know everybody wants to know where it's going past here, but we have a lot of fans down in Cancun and Cozumel area, and this is pretty serious stuff. I mean, official forecast 130 mile an hour tonight, 2 a.m. Cheers to Louis, by the way. Everybody, lift your cups up and let's try to kill this hurricane. But anyway, so tonight, big story in the making for unfortunately Yucatan. Category 4 possible hurricane, maybe even more. Wind gusts up to 160 mile an hour. Again, the hurricane is tight. Those strong winds don't extend out too far. I mean, yeah, there's going to be damage. I guess the only bit of good news is it's not going to be as widespread, if that is such good news. So that's, so if you're, somebody's asking to talk about Cancun, well, you guys, we're looking at a growing, deepening hurricane heading your way tonight. I mean, there's no sugarcoating it. It's going to be a major hurricane, devastation likely for a lot of areas. So definitely need to be preparing anybody in this cone as its cone gets tighter as we get closer to impact here. And that's starts going downhill Wednesday night, October 7th. Or wait a minute, Wednesday morning. What am I talking about? Tonight. So things start going downhill tonight into Wednesday morning. Wednesday night, it'll be on the other side. So it'll be on the other side of Yucatan tomorrow. Heading into tomorrow evening, we're just going to start seeing a slow turn. That's expected. High pressure is going to start breaking down. So the big question is this. So we're talking 125 miles an hour officially right here as on approach. Now, it's expected to weaken, yes. But how much still is the big question. We talked so much about this yesterday. The stronger it is here, if it was only 75 here, it'd be 55 here, let's say, right? Well, what's happening is what we talked about a lot. If it's 130 here, what's it going to be here? 110? Could very well be. Official forecast showing a hurricane near New Orleans at 100 mile an hour tonight. I get my days all messed up. So 2 a.m., unfortunately, a nighttime landing hurricane, Friday night into Saturday morning, 100 mile an hour. So that's really close to New Orleans. So even with some weakening, the official forecast is showing 125 here, 100 mile an hour here. This is Friday night into Saturday morning. And we're going to start to see, conditions go downhill as early as Thursday night, we could start seeing tropical storm force winds. Now, tons of people ask me about Pensacola. So here's the deal. Again, I harp on it all the time. Your 3-day cone is a lot more accurate than your 5-day cone. Our 3-day cone now is starting to inch a little bit closer now to the upper Gulf. So the NHC cautions everybody, the 5-day cone, there's errors. But as every update we go, the cone is going to get tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter. So yes, Pensacola, even Texas, Louisiana, you guys close to Beaumont, you're still in the cone. So definitely keep an eye on it. The euro is trending a little bit more to the west. But then we have other models, trending a tick east. So that's why we have a cone. The NHC talks a lot about this year's bias towards the western motion on these models, and that's why they're staying east of some of these consensus models. So even the NHC is kind of going off history, saying that they're staying east of some of these models that are showing west. So anybody in this general area needs to stay alert. If you're the cone, that means you have just as good a chance at the center line coming through you as anybody else. And that's just the center. Remember, center goes here, we're going to have effects here. We saw that with Sally. So don't get too fixed on the center line. The center line is just where the center is going to go. The effects are always greater on the eastern side than the western side. Now, if the system doesn't get any bigger, effects won't be as much. But we'll have to see. Some of the infrared prediction maps are showing this thing getting a little bit larger once it gets out into the Gulf of Mexico. All right, so again, a few of the models. Here's the latest spaghetti models. Let's look at that real quick. The 12Zs probably just came out. Let's take a look at these little guys. These just came out. So we have not seen a west shift. So the euro is definitely the outlier. These just came out. These are on tropical tidbits, by the way. Let's leave it right there. Let me slow down a little bit. Whitney's at ground zero. Sorry, Whitney. Telford, hey buddy, how you doing up that way? Yeah, the cone, man. The cone is, I guess the only thing that we've seen this year more than anything is the cone has been fairly accurate. But we got to stress the eastern side of these systems. And if we're going to be having shear coming in a little bit in the last second with our weakness coming that's going to steer it northeast, we're going to have a little bit of a sheared system, which puts a little bit more east-weighted on the stormy side. So, again, we saw that with Sally. We saw it with Marco. Marco died here, and all this blob ended up over here. So, just remember that. Even though you might not get center, eastern side, this is going to be a pretty strong system, 100 mile an hour plus. So anyway, these just came out. I haven't seen them yet. 12Z. So we'll just leave them there. Timing, has slowed down a tick. We got a stronger hurricane slowing down a little bit as it makes its turn. Again, the biggest question is going to be how strong this high pressure system is over Florida. Sometimes stronger hurricanes tend to go more east. So that's kind of what the NHC said at their 5 o'clock advisory. That's why they're staying east of model consensus. Now the black line here on Levi's side is the official NHC track. So black is the NHC 5 a.m. track. So you can see a little bit more cluster to the west. There's a couple to the east. They're kind of smack dab in the middle. Sometimes they go off this TVCN line as consensus model, so maybe we'll see a little track adjustment at 11. I don't think that we will see any track adjustment to the east. I think if they did make any statement, they might say, maybe they'll say that they're going to hold steady until 5 p.m. because the euro is a little bit more biased on a more of a western Louisiana with the ensembles. So we'll see. We'll have a new track coming out. That we're talking just miles. We're not talking huge shifts here. Now it will affect surge and yes, but we're narrowing this sucker down. Here's the latest Euros. So you can see the Euro is definitely on this is on weathernerds.org, by the way. So these are the European ensembles, and that this is the only thing that keeps things confusing to everybody. Is the Euro typically is pretty good when it gets close like this, and right now it's the outlier. So I'm sure the NHC is wondering, NHC's track and then the Euro track. So do we see a little shift to the west? Don't know. We'll see. We'll see at 11. And when you read their discussion, they even talk about this. Says model guidance has shifted westward, and the official forecast is kind of trending. However, it remains slightly east of the model consensus due to a notable western bias in model guidance this season. So I don't expect a huge change. I do think they'll probably bump the track a tick to the west, but that's not all right, so what are we talking about intensity-wise? Here's a good map. This one shows you. So Thursday, 8 p.m., overnight, Thursday night, we can start to see tropical storm force winds. Friday morning, and then Friday, 8 p.m. I posted some good stuff on rain maps. This isn't going to stall, so that's good news. We're still going to have heavy rains, no doubt, but the chances of Harvey type setup, everybody always compares every storm to Harvey. We're not seeing a stopping system. So yes, we're going to see isolated areas up to 10 inches likely, widespread 4 to 5 inches likely, but it's going to be kind of a quick mover. Most of the heavy stuff will be gone midday Saturday for the upper Gulf Coast. This is the intensity models on tropical tidbits, by the way, and of course we're already at Cat 3. We still have a few more. We see this little dip here. We're seeing a little dip. This is landfall, and then we're seeing a few of them kind of come back up again. So that's what the official NHC is showing, a little bit of weakening over the Yucatan, and then gradual possible re-intensification. Now that's questionable because of the ocean heat content map. One map everybody's using is the amount of hot water. This is what's fueling the system to rapidly intensify right now. It's some of the hottest waters on the planet right now. Cooler waters ahead, however, still warm enough to sustain tropical development. Because some of this equates more importance when a system is moving slow. Our system is going to start picking up forward speed here over the Gulf, and once that starts doing that, it's not going to be influenced as much by the cooler shelf waters here. So, this part of the Gulf is still very warm, even though we're seeing that deep ocean heat content here. The water itself is still warm. Sea surface temperatures are still warm. The cooling shelf waters. Oh, back to the old map. Might not be a big hindrance, and that's the big question. Some of the models I posted earlier showing like the HMON and GFS are not showing much weakening at all. The HWRF is showing a little bit of weakening, but again, this thing's a 130 mile an hour hurricane. If it weakens down to 110, we know what a 110 mile an hour hurricane can do. It's going to have a lot of surge, a lot of wind damage, everything Sally, maybe a few miles an hour more. So it's just so anyway, Jason, you hear fly? No, that's Louie. But hey, listen, we're usually a little more having fun and stuff, but I know, I realize people are nervous and want facts, so I'm not my normal dumb self. Hey, John, great question. Hurricanes produce tornadoes. Yes, especially, and I'll have to look at some maps here, but especially on the eastern side. as our system rotates in squalls from the Gulf. Yes. So we'll likely have tornado watches in effect. Oh, I keep popping back and forth. Look at that. I'm being very fair. But we'll likely have tornado watches in effect probably through the night Friday, possibly leading up to landfall Friday. So we can start to see these squalls really start to affect the upper Gulf. And a couple of good models we can look at. Oh boy, this is probably Shelly. Nope, my mom. My they're going to Pennsylvania. Is this hurricane going to hurt us? I'm like, no, you're good. She just wrote hallelujah. So dear old mom and dad. Dad's 83 years old and he drives a Mustang. And my mom's 80 on oxygen. She's got 9 lives. But they're going to Pennsylvania. They're like incredible. I had bacon, lettuce, tomato with mama yesterday. She always makes me lunch. I'll miss those days one day, but I go over there when I can. Let's see what else is cooking. So, all right. Hey, Michael. Yes, the waters were a little warmer for Michael. Now, so see, Michael intensified as it approached landfall, as others have done. Now, this system likely will. Past history, shows the cooler waters will reduce hurricanes' ability to maintain a Category 3-4 status. That's just common sense. Not saying you don't have common sense. I just meant common sense, meaning like we knew this wave had common sense because of the conditions ahead. Now we're saying, okay, whatever it does in the short term will determine what it does for the upper Gulf. And it's just we're bound to see some weakening. I just don't think, I was scared yesterday. I told everybody I'm scared of the media talking so much about the cooler waters and making it sound like this was going to be a nothing burger, like, oh, the water in the Gulf's cool. Well, it is cool, but like I said, if it goes to 140 mile an hour hurricane and it slows down to 120, it's, oh yeah, it did weaken. Like you'll see a headline, Hurricane Delta's weakening. Yeah, now it's 120. So that's what I'm saying. Don't get caught up on a weakening hurricane, because this thing's got the potential to to become pretty serious in the open Gulf. And let's take a look at some of that cool imagery here we can look at. So let's look at the, obviously we know Cancun and the Yucatan, unfortunately, are preparing for Category 4 hurricane. Could pass just north again of Cozumel. I think I got confused yesterday with Cozumel and Cancun, but I got it straight today. Again, anything with CC, kind of like Panhandle and Peninsula, Cozumel and Cancun. So smack me if I mix those two up. Maybe, I think I didn't get any hate mail. That's good. We'll see. But unfortunately, this is overnight hours tonight into the morning. Category 4 possibility. Not good. It's going to be devastating. The radar, let's look at a couple things here. Well, let's look at, I wonder why the IR isn't working. There it goes. Okay. Well, here's an IR. Well, why is it not working? It should be working. Not working. Some of it's working. All right. Well, anyway, here's a picture of simulated IR. Very scary, yes, but this is a Category 4 hurricane. This would be what it could look like in the morning crossing through the Yucatan. But as we get into the Gulf, this is the H wharf. Now, I almost choked this morning when I was reading the NHC discussion, and it actually I don't like to go after haters, but my God, if I had $1 for every time a meteorologist called me out for using the H wharf, like, why are you using that model? Well, you know why? Our true fans, and I bet you thousands would say, we've been believing in the H wharf since Hannah, Isaiah, Laura, Sally. Look what the NHC wrote today. The intensity is now raised to 115 near the Yucatan, closest to the H wharf which has been a good performer this year. So early in the season, I was being made fun of for using the H-Wharf. I even posted it, and a couple people said, "Why are you cherry picking the H-Wharf?" Well, there you go. Now the official source is saying the H-Wharf is a reliable model this year. So that just, makes me laugh. But anyway, here's simulated IR. This is Thursday afternoon. Now this is what it could look like, and this is a real possibility. The H-Wharf runs it up to 937 millibars. A lot of models are showing this deep in past the Yucatan in the middle Gulf. So that is a massive hurricane, 937. Now, what the H-Wharf does on approach, 936, we'll start to see land right here. Look, starting to see Louisiana, 943. Right? Look, 954, 960, 967, and then landfall. So the H-Wharf drops it, 20, 30 millibars, but 106 knots still possible. So again, weakening, yes, but still a pretty serious storm. What this could look like radar-wise is this. Just kind of, it's not the best radar, high resolution, but there you go. I mean, and somebody asked about tornadoes. These are the bands as they come inland. We'll see. We'll see tornadoes wrapping around inland and off the Gulf of Mexico. So it's kind of twofold. You get the initial off the Gulf. Now the Gulf's a little cooler. Maybe won't get as many on the Gulf side, but once we get the dry air land interaction, we get inland tornadoes, as we saw with Isaiah and Sally and Laura. So yes, tornadoes will be a threat initially. And now, what happens next? Well, our system is going to eventually curve. And what this means is we're going to have trailing tails, like we always talk about, into Saturday. And these can also produce, some nasty weather. So here's a look. This is Saturday afternoon. Saturday afternoon, you just, these are not exact placements, but look, you can see the tails still hanging on. And, we can still have tornado threats inland. So Saturday afternoon, even though we make landfall and this thing starts shooting off, we got to watch these tails coming in off of the Gulf of Mexico, always. So that's Saturday. Now by Sunday, it'll be way up yonder. This is Sunday morning. Be a big rain threat. So rains here or be gone wherever landfall is Sunday morning. We will have lingering couple little strays. Now, Sunday will not be a washout by any means. These little tails that come through are going to be quick little tropical downpours, but we'll have a lot of rain here for Sunday into Monday as our system kind of treks off. And then the HMON kind of shows the same thing. HMON's hasn't been a very bad performing hurricane model this year, but now the HMON does not weaken our system. Here's Friday morning, 9:38. So this is just something to keep in the back of your mind. 9:40. Well, it does weaken it a little bit. 9:41. So that's, and there's, New Orleans. So there's two models. One's showing a little more weakening than the other, but they're both showing still a possible major hurricane still close to it, nearing landfall late Friday, early Saturday morning. A couple other models that are good to look at. Hurricane-specific models on Tropical Tidbits also has the HMON H-Wharf. But the GFS high-resolution model showing almost the same thing as the H-Wharf and HMON with a deepening system, 950. Very little weakening up to landfall. And it keeps it maybe a tick west of the other two, but still Louisiana. So the theme is a little bit of weakening, not enough to make news headlines. Put it to you that way. And they're all still predicting this thing to come off of Yucatan and actually grow in size over the Gulf. You can see that. Here's landfall tonight into tomorrow morning. And look at the size get bigger. So we might not be talking about a 25 mile an hour or 25 mile wide eye in a couple days. Or 25. Okay, this is coffee time. 25 miles is how wide the hurricane winds extend from center right now. The eye is teeny tiny little eye right now. Hurricane force winds only go out 25 miles from Delta right now. When it gets in the middle Gulf, we might have hurricane winds extend out a lot more, is what I'm getting at. So this is Tropical Tidbits, by the way. He's also got a great radar imagery, kind of show a little bit more on radar, but doesn't really show you high resolution stuff. All right, so that's pretty scary stuff. So, we showed ensembles and spaghetti models. We got visible satellite. Definitely, this is on weathernerds.org, but getting the classic look, tightening up. We got lightning in the center. Hurricane hunters are finding a deepening center. All the bad stuff. It just dropped to 957. Look at that. That's fresh. This is on Tropical Tidbits too. So that's not good. Still rapidly intensifying. So unfortunately for our friends in Cancun and the Yucatan, which we had some people post on our page that are there right now, we're definitely thinking of you first. This is a scary hurricane coming close. Hey, Jolie, you got your shirts? Great. Whitney, visible eye. Wendy, I think that's just freak luck. Serge, hey, Daniel. Yeah, I was thinking about that. There's really, the only map site we got, the Sierra map. It just seems like when we're this far out, the surge maps aren't they're starting to get a little bit more active. So yeah, this is a lot more than last night. So maybe I'll post it. So here is some early surge estimates. Now, it seems like we've been looking at Louisiana all season long. But the Sierra Coastal Risk Live, let me go back to my site. So right here, it's kind of hard to tell, and I got so many pretty colors on my site. I'd hate to. Let's see. All right, there we go. All right, so there's Sierra Coastal Surge Map, right there. So look for that Sierra Coastal Storm Surge Map. It's a live look at current possibilities, and they're starting to show up. Starting to see. Places that are obviously, showing storm surge. And I'm sure we have fans looking there right now. Louisiana, Mississippi state line. This is based on the current track. We get a track change, then these will be adjusted. But, you can definitely start zooming in now closer to specific areas. I wonder if we can change the map. But anyway, so good map. You can click on a particular area, this little graph right here, and you can click and get an idea of what they're showing. So, and these will start to be adjusted more as the storm gets closer. So all right, yeah, you're welcome, Jessica. So this Are you kidding me, Whitney? Has you underwater? Are you like, I mean, we joke about it, man, but we got Whitney here. He's a fan. I think every single storm this year is tracked toward Whitney. So, yeah, everybody asked about Gamma, too. Gamma was supposed to be a bigger player in all this. Gamma dissipated. Still look at this energy, though. I thought this was interesting. I haven't seen anybody talking about this, but we still have upper level winds, but they're clearing out. This is some pretty interesting blow up. This is X Gamma. This convergence here, it's clearing out. It's left over. So the Yucatan getting it a couple times, but the upper shear head is definitely reducing. This is pushing out. Our high pressure is building in. You can see the high pressure here very well. The pink peach lines are your high pressure. And this is what is A, pushing all this away, and B, creating a low shear zone for delta to ride along. And it's basically going to ride along this and turn around the high pressure system. So we have low shear right now. Tendency is reducing. Here's that convergence boundary right here. This is pushing away, dissolving a little bit. So shear ahead of delta is why we're seeing the middle Gulf explode even deeper possibly than what we're seeing now. Even though we're not seeing those deep ocean heat content waters, the sea surface temperatures are still hot. Still normal, actually. This is an anomaly map showing you weekly sea surface maps. So wait a minute now, this one hasn't been updated. What's up with that? I thought that didn't look right. What's going on with that? Why is this not updated in the last couple weeks? It's not good. Well, we have another one. We have backup. Still kind of showing the same thing, but it kind of does. Maybe the timestamp's not right. So anyway, here's your anomaly map, and you can see the cooler waters. These are all left behind by all of our storms this season, plus a couple cold fronts. But still got hot water in the middle Gulf. And we got loop eddies. We haven't even talked about loop eddies yet. There's too much to talk about with tropics. Let's talk about that. Let's say, ooh, a little bit of couple hot spots. Nothing. These are all your little loop eddies going on in the Gulf right now. So not one in particular stands out. Well, we do have a little bit of warmer water up here. So it, even though we got cooler anomalies, we still have a couple little hot pockets. Hot pockets are deeper water rivers that break off of the Gulf Stream here and kind of randomly bounce around the Gulf of Mexico. So our system's going to be passing basically kind of like that, and then it's going to turn. So it'll feed off, a couple of them. So I think pay attention to the cone. Let's see if we have a track change. This is a pretty good little jog or drop in pressure again. 957. That's it's continuing to drop. I mean, this thing could be making a run at Cat 5. Now we have two models showing that. Ship model and I'm not sure which one is, but two models saying it. Crazy. Wow. So what's going on? All right, where's Whitney? Whitney lives in Louisiana. He's a barbecuing, bike riding, crazy fool. Cherry, I would like Hot Pockets with pepperoni. Oh my God. Jolie, yep. October storms are terrible. I posted this earlier. I teach my daughter to, I don't want to toot horns is what I'm getting at, but I feel like we've been talking about this for a long time, and I took a lot of heat for this. This was posted September 25th. we were seeing this even before that, but I was looking for a picture. I looked back. I didn't want to watch videos, but I knew we talked about it. But this was September 25th. This is 12 days ago, and I put historical hotspot for October. Nothing solid. Just remember, the season isn't over, and I listed why and showed ensembles. And I said, why are you posting that? Rah, 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 rah. You're fear-mongering. I'm like, fear-mongering. Why are you looking at models 10 days out? That's ludicrous. Well, that's not 10 days out. That was 11. That was 12 days out. And here we are. Look how well these ensembles did. Now, I didn't cherry pick models and just say, hey, like I said before, I feel good. I only post models that I believe in and when I can actually believe in something. Otherwise, you go crazy trying to post every single model. But this was something we were watching, and we were seeing the trends. And, October 5th, that was yesterday. Look, almost exactly where we're at. So models did great. And, we talked about it a long time ago. So I have to go back and find a couple actual emails that I got that were kind of hurtful. All right, so, man, what are we going to, this, I guess the big question is going to be in about an hour when we get a new NHC update. The winds are going to be higher. We're going to see more than likely major hurricane at 11 o'clock. We might see them discuss a tick west shift, but we also might see them discuss history proves October storms tend to go a little more east. So they're going to be in a pickle. That's why I don't think there's going to be a major track change. I think what we're going to start to see, though, is them discuss the possibility we could be dealing with a little more stronger system on approach to landfall. Because it's not going to have a lot of time to weaken. Common trend, right? So, anyway. Stronger storm, won't it go east? Well, hey, Brenda, that's a good question. That's what everybody's thinking. Here's the Cayman radar, by the way, which I do have linked. Oh, no, now it's... Levi talking about a little bit of dry air. Let's take a look at some water vapor loop. Not really showing much there. We'll go to our trusty mid-level blue-green map. That's kind of hard to tell. It's right here, but there's that high pressure building in. So the yellows, I love looking at water vapor loop maps, but this is that high pressure system that's developing over Florida here, and that's what's driving our system northwest. This is a big high pressure system, and you can see that with the dry air. The question is going to be, obviously, long range. Let's look at some long range modeling here, but high pressure system is going to determine everything, like it does every single storm. We look at the steering map, and it's so fascinating to see. So we'll look. This is on Tropical Tidbits, our buddy. But here we go. This is our high pressure building in. You can see it kind of riding tandem right along, blocking any motion into Florida. High pressure, and our high pressure starts to break down a little bit, and we start to get a circling effect where our storm finds a weakness. This is the GFS, and there's a little weakness, and it shoots right up around this high pressure and eventually turns off. That's what ahead of this front. Now the Euro is predicting a little stronger high pressure system right here, but it's also showing a little weaker system too. So the Euro is definitely the outlier with a little bit more west and a little bit stronger high pressure system. So we'll see what the NHC says about that. GFS Para too, a little bit more to the west now. So, but still Louisiana. We'll see. We'll see in an hour. Icon could be a tick. Central Louisiana. Very close to where we saw Laura come ashore. Unfortunately, a few of these are showing. Now another model out there is this NAM. NAM is always extremely aggressive. Like crazy aggressive on hurricane development. So it's probably not good to even look at the NAM model because it's showing 897. Very unlikely. So hey Zeb, Lily went from good question. I mean that Zeb, so that's exactly what I don't even know the history of that. I saw a few Mets talk about that. Talking about Hurricane Lily weakening. My only guess would be that it was moving slower and maybe had more dry air. I saw that being referenced by, it's moving pretty quick there. I think if we had more dry air ingestion, and that was an October storm. But I had to do more homework on it. I saw that being discussed about it weakening right before landfall. If that's the one you're talking about. But, man, I don't know. I haven't seen any models really predicting it. Let's take a look at the latest UK. We'll look at the latest 6Z Euro, too, by the way. Now we can look at that. That one just came out. So we can take a look at that. Let's take a look at that. Where are you? Let's see. I would just look at this right here. So let's see what the latest 6Z Euro shows. And looks like it's still trending a little bit to the west. It stops at 90 hours, but it's still 969. So it's maintaining that intensity. What we're at right now, basically 962. Well, and it just hasn't officially dropped, but Hurricane Hunter has found a drop. So there's the Euro looks like it's still ticking a little bit more west of consensus. So we'll see what the Hurricane Center says about that. Here's the latest UK. UK turning it smack dab down the middle of Louisiana. 956 drops it down to 956 to 966. Timing would be overnight. Early morning Saturday. So, pretty good model consensus. Not seeing any we're not seeing any really true operational model showing an east turn. So, again, trends are your friend. We're not really seeing any trends. The only trend we're actually seeing is a little bit more Euro trend this way. So, I'm thinking that the NAC is going to have to shift their track a little bit to the west, which would probably keep the cone touching Florida, but still lots to watch. We're going to see little wiggles and little wobbles, and we're going to see flip-flopping of the models, and we're going to see, but the fact is, too, again, remember, we got a sheared system possibly nearing the coast, which is, again, going to put more of the action on the eastern side, as we saw with Sally. So don't get too caught up on any of these track shifts or anything, especially with surge. With New Orleans, we got water, flowing in from spinning counterclockwise. So we'll be paying really close attention to the NHC when they start coming out with their surge forecast, which will be soon. 48 hours out is when they'll start issuing watches, and that could put us Thursday. All right, sorry. So we might not see any watches until Wednesday or Thursday. So still a couple days. That's still a long way away. I mean, if you think about it, we're trying to predict things here within a few little miles, right? But look, in reality, look how far away this is. We're outside the 3-day cone, man. So I'm getting too wrapped up in we're too far away to really be trying to pinpoint anything. Just little subtle changes in the high pressure system and the strength of this trough coming in can change so much. So just again, focus on the cone, and it's not that easy this far out. Remember when we were talking about Hurricane Michael? 3 days out was right here. 3 days out, it was down here. There was higher certainty with the models 3 days out. So we're still, past the 3-day mark. So there's still going to be a little bit of wiggling and flip flopping. That's why the cone is wide. So again, I haven't changed my whole thinking on this thing. Intensifying and weakening, yes. It's just how much it weakens is the question. I don't think it's going to be enough weakening to make headline news. Still think we're going to see a very strong hurricane flirting, Category 3. Category 2 is the official forecast. So that's, and I'm still questioning this westward track. But, we'll find out 11. So let's see what I was talking about. No Brax, I agree. Well, Category 2 is official, so I'm just worried that we're not going to see the weakening that some are showing. But so anyway, what's up, Shelly? Yeah, and it's not expected to lose much steam across the Yucatan either. The official forecast puts it at 130, 120, 125, 130. So it's supposed to ramp up right back again and be right back at 130 again. So, and what, again, I showed this last night. The most craziest, probably the most craziest stat I think I've ever seen was, let me show you here. It was late last night. I tweet a lot. Tweet. Never thought, what the heck is that? What am I doing? That's old. That was a drunk donkey picture. All right, maybe I got to go back up. Maybe he deleted it. I don't know. We'll give one shot here. Where is it? Well, of course I can't. Oh, there it is right here. All right. This was the one tweet. So yes, so Sunday afternoon models predicted our system would be only 1,007 millibar, 1,005, 1,004, 1,003. GFS Para, GFS Euro, and the Icon all predicted for Delta to only be that last night. So basically 24-hour forecast from Sunday to Monday, it predicted it to be at 1,000. And in reality, it was at 980. So this thing is way overachieving all the models. And that definitely is concerning because the models, again, have done a little bit poorly with this, to say the least. And hopefully, we don't see any crazy track changes catching people off guard. Here's a pinhole eye. Look at that showing up. That's, so we got to watch these spaghetti models like a hawk. I'm telling you, they come out every few hours. Here's a pinhole eye developing. Very high resolution there. Visible high resolution. I'm still getting some big cloud tops developing near center. Pretty healthy. All right, Mike. What's up, Elaine? How's it going? Katie Haley, how you doing? Unfortunately, Katie, you saw my drunken video on Sunday morning. I apologize. Let's see. Double D, Dirty Delta. Yep, Brian. The Mississippi Delta. So, I do have an app. Some people like my app. You got to pay for it, though. It's $1 a month. 99 cents. I have a lot of things on there I pay for, so I had... But anyway, you can check it out, Mike's Weather page. You can check out all your good stuff right there, Mike's Weather page. Yeah, boom. Actually works pretty good. Some people say they like it. I have all the pertinent links on there. Just real simple. You want to see the NHC track, you hit NHC track. It's that simple. Got links to models. And look, the coolest feature ever, you can watch YouTube videos on there. So you can go back and watch this. But it all started because I had sailors that wanted me to do a snapshot API of the site so they can pull up my website. So I do have that option where when you hit snapshot, it creates a JPEG imagery of the site, and it's loading now. But eventually it'll pull it up. Here it comes. So that's a live snapshot, and you can zoom on it. So it's all one big imagery now. It's not a website. So that I had a lot of sailors that like that, so that they don't suck up their bandwidth. So it still works. I can't believe I got to double check this stuff sometimes. But you can see it, it's all pretty cool. So anyway, all right. So I'm going to read some comments now. Jamie Gas is out in Pensacola. Well, I'm sure it's becoming a madhouse up that way. It should be. Definitely to your west. For sure. I don't even know why I have the fall map on there. Maybe I think I just do that to get your mind off hurricanes. Because we want to talk about fall and stuff. So, unfortunately, Lake Charles is closed. Lafayette, Baton Rouge, New Orleans. I mean, if we see a little track change, we're going to find out at 11 o'clock. Every day, every 6 hours, we get a new updated track, and things will be getting a little tighter. Again, sometimes we've seen storms have big spread, like crazy spaghetti model spread, but we're not seeing that. So that's been very clustered now for quite some time. With the euro, look at it. You see the euro up here? EC, this is the euro right here. Right here, euro, ECMF, and look, and the euro ensembles are light pink. Definitely the outlier. So we'll see what they say. Hey, Kyle, Fujiwara would have took effect, but Gamma kind of died. So that was something. Hey, Jolie, I kind of did. So I got some spiders hanging. I bought me and Emily took our annual trip to Halloween place, Spirit Halloween, and took two of us to carry everything out. We have a lot of fun. We got a lot of kids in our neighborhood. So this year, instead of the fall stuff, I always put the fall stuff out by the tree, and then I did like a Halloween thing by the front door. Well, it was cool, but nobody ever walked to the front door. So this year I never thought it was cool to put the Halloween stuff out and fall. So I'm gonna wait and put the fall stuff out until November 1st, right after Halloween, if I don't get too drunk and might have to do it November 2nd. Because we usually drink a lot on Halloween. We have a fire pit. We drink moonshine. And there's my car warranty. So this year we bought a bunch of skeletons, and we bought a swinging skeleton. So we're gonna make a little graveyard, and I'm gonna put a strobe light. I'm already got it in my head. I'm excited. I'm gonna put a strobe light out there. The skeleton's on a swing, and yeah. So Sarah, we talked about the spiders yesterday, right? So I put 2 spiders up for Sarah, and when she got off the bus, I wasn't home. What was I? I missed it. I don't know where I was. Oh, we were at Spirit Halloween. Duh. So I was hoping to get home. Well, Julie told me that she got off the bus. She was like freaking out. She gets so excited, but she saw the spiders, and her thing is she loves to hold our hands and run in the house really quick. So it was fun. Hey Ben, yeah, man, we talked about it a bunch, man. You might want to go back and look. So, hey, thank you, Elizabeth. I appreciate that. Didn't even know where the Cayman Islands were a few years ago. Levi's Grant, well, he's at Tropical Tidbits. You can find him everywhere. Just Google Tropical Tidbits. He's Levi Cohen at Tropical Tidbits. Here's some notes. The reason, I know why people in Pensacola are still, because every update for the NHC, they still mention Pensacola. That's because eastern side still could have a lot of impacts, especially as our system turns, again. So that's why you keep seeing Pensacola in discussions. So we'll see what the NHC does. Here's Alan Weather. I like this kid, man, from New York. Closed eye wall. We didn't want to talk about the Rays last night. I hope we don't have any Yankee fans. I'm sure we do. Shelly can kick you guys off. Oh, all right, that's about it. There's really nothing else on there. Everybody's anxiously waiting. So there you go. Timing again. All right, so we had some folks from Cancun. Unfortunately for you guys, this thing is probably more than likely already Category 3. Category 4, 130 mile an hour is the official forecast for you guys. Maybe even more. Timing is going to be overnight hours tonight. It's going to be making landfall potentially crack of dawn, early day, before daylight hours. That's not good. Let's look at some high resolution radar for you guys. I think we'll just show the H wharf because it seems like it's the most consistent for our system so far. So here is timing of our system, and so there you go. This is 6Z tomorrow morning, 9:37 millibar predicted by the H wharf. That's extremely strong hurricane. Extremely strong hurricane, and we could be looking at 9Z hour. That's almost 7 a.m. Eastern. So that's, well, not almost. It's like 3, 4, or 5 in the morning. So 4 in the morning, I guess. What is 9Z hour? So let's go over here. I got a little trusty time converter. So 9Z Zulu is 5 a.m. Eastern. 9Z. So this would be possibly 5 a.m. It's going to be a rough night. Midnight on, with potential landfall. Just south of, or still dipping south, making landfall. And this would be 7 a.m. So there you have it. Doesn't get much worse than that. Hate to say it, but the only good news again is that it is a small system, and hopefully it doesn't expand for the Yucatan. Same time frame on the HMON. Overnight hours leading into the AM tonight, going into tomorrow. So if if GFS is way off, see, it's crap model, What the hell, man? 977. It's initialized at 977. It's already 962 and probably in the 950s now. So, but still the same timestamp, morning, same area. So, it's very likely Cancun is going to get hit by this hurricane, and bad. Yeah. Oh, we got a time change coming. But hey, you know what's funny? Look at this. I got a clock over the TV that we never changed. I wonder if I could zoom in on that. I don't know if I could take a picture. I thought this was funny. I was like, screw it. The last time change, I got so mad. I'm like, man, we just started changing clocks. And so this one I didn't even change. And look, I can almost zoom in on it right here. You can see it. Let me zoom out. There, just so you know I'm not full of BS. So there's our clock over the TV. It says 9:30. So I don't even have to change it. I'm already a step ahead, man. Because I hate getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning to change clocks. That's the worst thing in the world, having to get up at 2 in the morning. Michelle, when's it going to hit U.S.? Well, likely could be overnight, Friday into Saturday, unfortunately. Could be overnight hours for the U.S. Could be, Friday night into Saturday morning. Looking like that time frame. So, Tia, hey, coffee girl. That's not good. Stuck in Cancun. Hey, Christopher. Yeah, they were talking about it. Rubio was talking about it. I don't know why they never did it. It would make so much sense too, man, because the Panhandle, half the Panhandle is in Central. I know, Luke. That was a joke. What's up, Michael Weinstein? Linda, nobody knows why it's always at night. And I am not staying up all night. That killed me. Maybe I could just get up early. I don't know. Well, I'd have to get up early because we could be talking about a 3, 4, 5 in the morning. So what did the U.S. weather post? Let me see what this is. The ships. Yeah, well, that's one model. Well, the ships model is this model. You can see the intensity here without seeing that. All he's doing is quoting this. So yeah, the ship model. We got rapid intensification still showing 5, but now the ships came down a little bit. Look, this isn't the ship I'm saying. Ship's the green one. So yeah, we got a couple models saying 5, but we got a few saying rapid intensification flags are on, which we know. So, and it's predicted to be 130 mile an hour before landfall, and it's supposed to be 130 before in the middle Gulf. That's official. New update comes out in a little bit, and we'll see what the National Hurricane Center says. It might be stronger. Look at that. Where's the love? Jim Cantori. Stay home. That's funny. Oh, where did my stream go? I closed it. Darn it. I was clicking that link. Now I got to go back and find my video because I can't see chat now. I don't even know if I'm live or not. Okay. Well, we went over a lot. Look at that. 6 mile wide eye is what the hurricane hunters are finding out. So the eye is 6 miles wide. The winds extend out 25 miles wide. There I am. Yay. Back. So there you go. All right. What was that? Somebody messaging me. Where's my phone? Yep. She's laughing. I got you, Shelly. So there you go. So we got to sit back and wait. Our initial concern obviously is Yucatan and Cancun, and even down to Cozumel. Obviously, they're all in the hurricane warning. So again, same thing. Anybody in the cone, you got to pay attention. Look, so there's your cone. That's your track. Cozumel to Cancun. Fortunately, usually the roughest stuff is on the northeast side, so that would be not a good case to have this pass south of Cancun as our storms spiral in. But definitely gonna have surge concerns. I wonder if our Sierra map updates down that far. I don't know. Nope. Well, maybe, but doesn't look like it. There's no way that's only a foot. That can't be right. Maybe it is. I don't know. I wait till we start getting. I don't know. I have to ask them. I mean, it's not shallow down there, so maybe they don't get surge down that way. I know if you read the key messages, though, the NHC talks about surge. Extremely dangerous storm surge expected for northern Yucatan Peninsula. So they're saying extremely dangerous storm surge. How high that is, don't know. But there you go. All right. Laura, hey, listen, it's both. Well, normal rains with a tropical system, up to 10 inches of rain predicted. Spots because of rain training. But as far as, lingering rains, no, it's not going to be a 20, 30, 40 inch event because it's not going to stick around. It's going to be fast moving. So I would say definitely rain, yes, flooding, but not like rain only event. We're looking at wind damage for sure. If it's 100 plus mile an hour winds, we'll see some significant damages. And then of course surge. Very curious, another note nobody's really talking about, but if this is a category 3 or 4 in the middle of the Gulf, even with the pressure coming down, does that water still push along with our system as it makes landfall? So even though the winds might come down a little bit before landfall, we could still see a big push of surge towards the upper Gulf Coast. So that'll be a big question mark is, that water, will it still be, big water. So anyway, all right, so that's cool. I will likely do something later tonight. We're going to wait for this advisory. I'll do some updating, and we'll just see what the day brings. Remember, you can track it all day long on Tropical Tidbits. Hurricane hunters are out there right now, flying around. There they are. 957 was the last fix. Looks like the pressure has maintained itself a little bit. Levi mentioned that, saying there's maybe a little dry air, temporary dry air. These things go through cycles, and it's impossible to keep dropping. It's going to mellow out a little bit. So that's it. Cool beans. I hope you guys. I don't want to say enjoyed it because it's never fun talking about a major hurricane. But anyway, so new update 11. So listen. So tonight. We are going to be sharing. So we got firm. Remember, I always say I wanted an official generator of Mike's weather page. Well, we got one. Oh my God, they even have a dog. Now I know why I like them. But we're gonna be sharing a special just for Mike's weather page. Well, it's for the whole. They're going to share it, but they're going to be doing a 30% off MWP 30 special for all their products. Obviously, it's a little short notice for this storm, but hey, Christmas is coming. Hurricane season will be here before you know it for next year. So watch for that. Man, they got some incredible products. I'm telling you what. Everybody loves a good, quiet inverter generator to take tailgating. Can't even hear them. But anyway, watch for that later today. So. All right, you guys have a great day. Be safe down there in Cancun, Yucatan. We know tonight's going to be awful, and definitely be paying attention upper Gulf Coast for what could be a 100-mile-an-hour plus hurricane coming Friday night into Saturday. So there you go. Have a great day. We'll see you later. Bye.